Greetings and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joel Birkin, Curator's Distinguished Professor of Civil Architectural Environmental Engineering and Chair of the Department. Thank you for joining us today. I really wish we could be here together in person for this celebration, the 150th anniversary of our university and minor homecoming activities this weekend. I'm at least glad that technology allows us to be together and celebrate in this way. We've looked forward to this day for many years, and it's great to finally be here for the dedication of the Clayco Advanced Construction and Materials Laboratory here in Butler-Carlton Civil Engineering Hall. This lab has been at the forefront of our vision for over a decade. Infrastructure engineering at Missouri S&T, and this is the final stage of building that vision we had for a decade. It's a long-term initiative to advance S&T's leadership in an area of significant expertise. I'm delighted that Kamal Kayat, Jones Professor of Civil Engineering and Center Director for the Center for Infrastructure Engineering Studies, is here with us today, and he'll be speaking later. Kamal is really at the forefront of this initiative since its inception, and I'm sure it's a proud day for him as well as it is for me. The Clayco ACML is the culmination of a $10.5 million strategic initiative launched in 2012, with $2.8 million of that coming in a grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation to Missouri S&T, led by Professor Kayat. That grant funded the testing equipment that will fill this great facility. In the second phase of our initiative, we recruited nationally recognized research and education scholars in infrastructure and material science engineering to fulfill positions in numerous fields across the S&T campus. Finally, we turned our focus to this facility and fulfilling the vision for this lab as it exists today, the research hub that brings everything we've done together. We could not realize that vision without the financial investment and many generous partners, led by naming donor Clayco Incorporated and company executives Steve and Tom Seekhouse, who are our alumni, and Clayco founder and executive chairman Bob Clark. Their contributions and their leadership in the effort was instrumental to getting where we are today. Many other leaders or donors stepped up to help us build the lab to be where we are today, and I'd like to recognize all of them, and this could take a while. Thomas Abernathy, Arco Construction Company, Dick and Nancy Arnoldy, Jeff and Rebecca Cook, Charles Bennett, Concrete Strategies, Joe and Kathleen Vitale, Randy Dreiling, in memoriam, Thomas Feger, Geotechnology Incorporated, the estate of James Heidemann, which was really critical in kicking off this great effort. We are forever indebted. Samuel and Christy Houston, McDonough Engineering Corporation, Rainey McDonough, Jim and Vera Murray, Nucor Steel and Gary Pennell, Paul Pender, Dave and Dana Sheehan, the Sunderland Foundation, and the University of Missouri System. Without the generosity from our alumni, our friends, our partners, we would not be here today. And it is with great pleasure that I now introduce Missouri S&T Chancellor Mo Dugani.
Thank you, Joel. And thank you to all who are joining us remotely. Let me, before I continue with the written remark, I just want to express a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the construction company graduates of our civil and structural engineering programs. This is this week, actually, this is our second most incredible, really, act of generosity that we have received from our graduates of this particular department. And like Clayco, another one of our design-build companies that started by one of our graduates of this program, extended an incredible act of generosity for this university. You may have heard Fred Kummer of HBE. Fred and June this past week just gave us $300 million with the vision of enhancing the quality of Missouri S&T, as well as providing impact, economic impact. What Fred wants us to do is to improve the quality of this wonderful university and in the process spill ourselves over into the community. So I am grateful to this particular industry, design and build industry, that has provided us with the badly needed support. And like this generosity of Clayco and all the other donors that Joel just mentioned, look to our great advances in the areas of engineering, science, and frankly, taking the university to the world and exposing the concept of a STEM that is so badly needed in this state and the nation, as a matter of fact. But let me just say thank you sincerely without going through the written note. What you have done is game changer, and we will be grateful forever for your act of generosity. Most especially, my thank goes to our donors. Your support is a deeply appreciated investment in Missouri S&T's leadership in infrastructure engineering. As Joel mentioned, this lab has been in the works for many years. It is my privilege to celebrate a milestone many others made possible. This project was part of the Civil, Architectural, and Environmental Engineering Department's Vision 2020, a strategic planning over the past decade. It has also been near and dear to the heart of one faculty member in particular, Dr. Kamal Khayyat, or Vernon and Marley Jones Professor of Civil Engineering. He is in many ways the father of this laboratory. We are truly grateful to the persistence that Dr. Khayyat has demonstrated in achieving this wonderful milestone. Civil engineering has been taught at our university since the early 20th century, but its roots are as old as humankind itself, because people have always been builders and transporters. Let me just pose a question for all of us. I'll encourage you to dig the root of the term civil engineering, where it has come from, what led into its creation, and its development as it is today. Just look into the history of the term civil engineering. The lab we dedicate today is the 21st century realization of an ancient dream to give mankind mobility and a better quality of life. After identifying transportation infrastructure research and development as a top investment priority, S&T launched our initiative to fulfill this vision. Joel provided an overview of that journey earlier as we acquired testing equipment, hired new faculty, and began to realize our dream for this laboratory. From cement-based concrete used to maintain our nation's aging infrastructure to the next generation of resilient construction materials, this lab is focused on innovations that will save money, extend durability, and advance green technologies that reduces our carbon footprint. Needless to say, these endeavors are large scale. Engineering the world just isn't a micro task. I have no doubt that the Clayco Advanced Construction and Materials Lab is up to the job. Now let's turn the spotlight on our partners and the lab itself with video remarks and a virtual tour. Then we'll return live for remarks by Dr. Khayyat before we cut the ribbon. Dr. Khayyat, as I said, is really the main impetus for this activity, and I cannot wait until I hear his remarks.
Hi, my name is Dan Lester, Clayco's Director of Field Diversity, Inclusion, and Culture. Missouri S&T, class of 2005, with a degree in Business and Management Information Systems. When you think of the reputation of Clayco and Missouri S&T, they are both synonymous with excellence. That same excellence will be seen in the advancements made in research and development through the new Construction Materials and Methods Lab.
Hello, Tom Seekhouse, Executive Vice President and Partner at Clayco, civil engineering graduate from long ago, 1988. We have many Missouri S&T graduates in leadership roles at Clayco, and that says a lot about the incredible work ethic for the Missouri S&T students. The new ACML building will be a world-class material testing facility and a game changer for Missouri S&T. The innovative work going on inside the building is more important than the brick and mortar, which speaks to the Clayco mantra of beyond these walls.
My name is Trevor Becker, project manager at Clayco and graduating class of 2014 in civil engineering at Missouri University of Science and Technology. We're so happy to be a part of the ACML and the progress that it's going to make on campus. We reach out to Missouri S&T graduates to be a part of projects like this because they're the best and the brightest, and we look to hire them from the best and the brightest schools.
Hello, this is Steve Seekhouse, Chief Operating Officer of Clayco, proud graduate of Missouri S&T. Clayco's had much success in the design-build construction industry as a result of the great engineers produced by S&T. Clayco wanted to return the favor by assisting in the realization of the new Clayco state-of-the-art ACML building constructed in Missouri-Rolla, Missouri. This facility will help educate and train young engineers that will help the engineering and construction industry.
Hi, Ron Rolfes, Vice President of Operations at Clayco, CE class of 1987. Excited to participate in this virtual dedication. Extremely excited for the current and future students' opportunities that this building will afford them. And lastly, excited that this building will continue to set the bar high and help separate Missouri S&T from all of its peers.
Hey Miners, Tony Mazzinas with Clayco CE 96. Just wanted to congratulate you on the new opening of the facility there on campus. What a great facility that's going to be. Just another reason of what sets Rolla apart from the other universities across the country and why we continue to attract top talent to our school. Can't wait to get down there and see it in person. Really looking forward to seeing what new technology comes out of the new lab. And again, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Ed Walsh, class of 99, civil engineering. This new lab will put the best tools in the hands of the best problem solvers.
Hello, I'm Jeff Cook, CEO and co-founder of Arco Construction Company. I'm an 83 civil engineering grad from the University of Missouri-Columbia, but I got it right the next time. Got a master's of engineering management from Missouri S&T in 94, and I'm very proud of it. We at Arco are very excited to be involved in this project. We understand the value of having this kind of resource for students, engineers, staff, and faculty to be able to learn, grow, and achieve in this laboratory environment. Arco has benefited since our inception in many ways from our relationship with S&T, including hiring more than 100 engineers to work at our company. We'll give a shout out to Dr. Birkin and the S&T staff who came to us a few years ago when this facility was just an idea. He did an excellent job helping us understand the mission and creating this type of facility to provide the best resources possible for its student, faculty, and staff to be able to develop and research new products for our industry. And speaking for Arco and the S&T alum at Team Arco, we're ecstatic to have the opportunity to give back and to be a part of this very meaningful project. This facility will serve S&T students, faculty, and staff for years and play a key role in developing and discovering new and improved construction materials that will be sustainable and durable to meet the future needs of our industry. We at Arco and others in our industry, our consultants, suppliers, subcontractors, and the clients we serve will absolutely benefit from the results of the work that you all do in this facility. So students, it's up to you now. We're all counting on you. Good luck, and thank you to all those who have been involved in making this world-class facility possible.
Hi, I'm Joel Birkin, Department Chair for Civil Architectural and Environmental Engineering.
I'm Kamal Kayat. I'm the Jones Chair of Civil Engineering and also the Director for the Center of Infrastructure Engineering Studies at Missouri S&T.
Welcome to the Advanced Construction and Materials Laboratory here at Missouri S&T. Why don't you come on in for a virtual tour? Here in the new 16,000 square foot ACML, we're pulling together talents and equipment from across campus to give us capabilities for our students and for our constituents that's never been pulled together before. To tell you a little bit more about that, here's Kamal Kayat.
Okay, so the main equipment that will be housed in this building are the CIS equipment. We're talking about $2.8 million of state-of-the-art equipment. The equipment are uniquely positioned to enable us to evaluate construction materials performance all the way from the chemistry level to the material science level to the architectural and civil engineering and construction level. We have here very unique equipment that came from Germany that was constructed only for this building. It's a tandem ready-mix concrete batching plant that can enable us to make any concrete a la carte. Whatever our researchers can dream, we can fabricate it here, cure it, and test it in our structural lab that is next door. The main mission of this lab is to carry out cutting-edge research for the development of the next generation of construction materials. We envision construction materials that are highly durable, that are very green, sustainable, resilient, and smart, that can be used for the rehabilitation and extension of the service life of our existing infrastructure.
One of the unique things about the Clayco Advanced Construction Materials Laboratory is it's attached to our structural facility, so we'll be able to fabricate full-scale infrastructure sections and take it over to our structural testing lab for testing in a state-of-the-art structural engineering laboratory.
So the unique materials we are developing in this lab have to be tested also for mechanical properties. Behind me, there's a space over here where we will be moving a 1 million pound MTS machine, the largest machine we have on campus. And we are now requesting from the National Science Foundation a grant for purchasing a 6 degree of freedom articulated 3D printer. So that will be connected to the batching plant through pumps, where we can do multiple composite materials using 3D printing technology. We have a whole suite of environmental chambers that can enable us to evaluate the durability and resistance to cracking of construction materials under drying, under creep solicitation, under carbonation, corrosion, or yet under repetitive cycles of freezing and thawing, wetting and drying, and other type of solicitations. Here we are in the Concrete Strategies Rheology Lab. It will be housing unique state-of-the-art rheological testing equipment that we have at the CIS at this point. Rheology is the science of flow and matter. All the materials that we are designing, whether they're grouts or mortar or concrete, have to be evaluated for fresh properties. We have here faculty who are specialized in the chemistry and chemical engineering aspect, material science, civil engineering, that use these capabilities to design better materials for construction.
So welcome to the ARCO Construction Student Project Area. This is where our students will take their concepts through to design and through to creation of new materials for our infrastructure and facilities. In this facility, they have great natural lighting, and they can also see down to the batching plant, where a lot of their ideas are going to become actual creations for the future of our world.
This is the Geotechnology Incorporated Cement Hydration and Calorimetry Lab. This lab will be housing unique equipment that will allow us to look at cement hydration and then the heat signature that is generated when we are adding cement and water. It will allow us to design a new generation of ordinary Portland cement materials or cement-free materials that can be very green and can be designed with various chemical admixtures to modify the rheology and the cracking resistance and the durability and service life of these materials.
Welcome to the last room here on the Nucor mezzanine. This is the Feger Frost and Durability room, part of the Clayco ACML. And this is the place where the materials are going to be put through extreme life cycles, frost, freeze, and different components that Dr. Kamal Kayat will tell you about.
Concrete materials are designed to last over 100 years. There are many bridges right now that are being designed for 125, 150 years. And in order to do that, we have to subject these construction materials to severe testing environment. The next durability room, we're looking at corrosion, we're looking at permeability, at carbonation, at the microstructure and transport properties. And this will allow our researchers to have the numerical data to be able to simulate the service life of these structures.
These facilities give us the capability to pull together our capabilities in talent and in equipment and infrastructure to do some great work for the future. Here at Missouri S&T, we're built on a legacy of excellence for over 150 years. As we look into the future and build upon that legacy with continued excellence, we look to change the world and to make this a better place for humanity.
I look forward to welcoming you to campus one day and showing you this fantastic state-of-the-art lab. Many people to thank for this lab. This was a vision that was created back in August 2011. Thank you to Chancellor Dagani, Dean Welzon, and the leadership of university, especially physical facilities and the development office. Special thanks to the staff at the CIS that have helped a lot through all stages of construction and acquisition of the equipment. And of course, mostly, thank you for the donors without whom this would not have been possible.
I hope you have enjoyed our virtual tour. This day has been long coming, dating back almost a decade to our Vision 2020 strategic plan for advancing Missouri S&T's leadership in infrastructure engineering. Now, thanks to the generosity of many, we are dedicating this singular facility for infrastructure research. The work of our Center for Infrastructure Engineering Studies, CIS, will be enhanced tremendously by this research lab. Now, at long last, we have a lab large enough to hold all the testing equipment acquired through the U.S. Department of Transportation grant. This consolidation will allow us to continue doing what we have always done, build a better future. The work we do here is critical to our national transportation infrastructure. It is destined to move Missouri S&T to leadership frontline in new materials and methods. I don't think it is an exaggeration to say that this lab is going to change the way the world builds, maintains, improves, and advances something fundamental to our quality of life, our roads, bridges, waterways, and security. Minor alumni in civil engineering have been building our national quality of life for more than 100 years. The lab we dedicate today will accelerate our work, deepen our impact, and help us discover new ways of building that are durable, sustainable, affordable, and visionary. I thank the donors who brought us to this day for your belief that Missouri S&T is the right research institution to lead the charge. We will deliver a return on investment that is worthy of your confidence in us.
Thank you very much, Kamal, and thank you, everyone who joined us today from your homes, from your offices, your basements, your kitchens. And I need to thank the faculty, staff, students of our department. The Civil Architectural Environmental Engineering team here is fantastic and has been supportive all the way through. And I also need to go off script just a little bit, like Chancellor Dagani taught me to do just a few minutes ago. And seeing that video of our alumni and the positions they've reached and how they helped us to maintain this spot, that's part of the 150-year legacy of this university and of civil engineering within this university. Without that legacy of excellence, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have the contributions that we have from our current alumni, and we wouldn't have the excellent students we have here that are going to be future minor alumni. And we pledge to continue that legacy of excellence well into the future, built off of this facility and built off the strength of this university. It goes from Fred Kummer to the students we have today. That legacy just doesn't stop, and that excellence won't stop either. So if you'd like to rewind and watch today's celebration, you'll find it on S&T's YouTube site very soon. Now let's dedicate the Clayco Advanced Construction and Materials Laboratory in recognition of the donors who are here or who are with us in spirit, but unfortunately, again, not in person. We've asked a few of them to join us, along with university leaders, in cutting the ribbon ceremonially. So thank you all for joining us today. And with no further ado, let's make it official. The Clayco Advanced Construction and Material Laboratory is dedicated today.